You're now listening to the Garage Guys DFS Preview Show with Garage Guy Chase. Now sit back, relax, and get ready to bag a motherfucking tourney on DraftKings.
Welcome to the NASCAR DFS Preview Show presented by Hooters. Right now, if you get over to Hooters and use promo code GarageGuys, you can save $10 on any $30 or more to-go order. That's right. All you have to do is order from order.hooters.com or from the Hooters app using promo code GarageGuys. You're going to save that $10. You're going to eat good. It's the best food out there. Literally, like, the greatest time you could ever have is at a Hooters. Even if you only go in there to pick up your order, or maybe you get it delivered. All that love and energy and fun, it's all going to be in the food. Right now, try the shrimp po' boy. I would recommend it. There's also a really amazing deal going on with football bundles, with wings and fries and everything else. So it is NFL season, but it's Winston season still too. Moral of the story, Garage Guys is the promo code to use at Hooters. Save money and use it to do awesome stuff in NASCAR DFS. Again, promo code Garage Guys at Hooters. Offer valid at participating location for delivery and carryout orders only. I should have been an auctioneer. Welcome to the show. We're talking about Tejas, the Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 500 at Tejas, Texas. And as you can see, I'm feeling some type of way. Just take a look here. We got the Tejas. I got my jacket. Jeff Gordon energy. I had to look at myself on this screen sometimes because the camera's up here and I forget about it. But hey, you. Let's go ahead and move away from that, though. So recently on the Garage Guys DFS Preview Show, there's been a lot of wild shit go down. I want to know your thoughts. Make sure that you like and drop a comment on this video. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you give it a star, give us a rating, leave us a review. You know the drill. Tell one person you know about Garage Guys and how we help you win a shit ton of money in NASCAR today. My motto as Garage Guy Chase is bringing Winston back. So I'm not ripping a cig in a building, but I'm gonna bring Zinston back. They owe me money now. So let's talk about Texas. As you see behind me, I have a whiteboard right here. Okay, so I've tried to integrate the whiteboard a little bit because everyone else is into using computer graphics and layovers and all that stuff. Well, guess what? When you have a wife and a child and you have things to do on a Saturday, and you're very busy all of the time, you don't have time to wait around for that kind of a processor. So there will be no additional like funny graphics, but I will make up for it with this whiteboard right here. I've removed all my photos and we're going to have just as much fun as we normally do when I have random pictures of drivers. You're actually going to get to see me Bob Ross this shit. So it's going to be a great day. But I've been doing my research. Bets are up right now on GarageGuysFantasySports.com. You can check out Greg Mathern's article. Cody Zeeb has his Xfinity article up as well. The Xfinity race is probably already happening as you're watching this or listening to this, and that's fine. We're here for Cup. All right. So check out Greg Mathern's article about some bets that he liked early in the week. My article for DFS with some additional drivers will be dropping on either late Saturday night, which is tonight when I'm recording this on a Saturday morning right now. That's happening live. I'm recording this right now on Saturday. I love you. So either check it out Sunday morning or very late on Saturday night for the Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 500. That's a fucking mouthful. We're going to call it the Autotrader 500 for short. So let's go ahead and write that down. Autotrader 500 at Tejas. So see, isn't this going to be great, guys? We just get to use expo markers like we're in grade school again. It's going to be fun. I was taking a look at some of the salaries on DraftKings for the Cup race, and I am literally going to be rolling through this with you guys, kind of like right here. I've got, simulators that I'll use sometimes, just mainly to check projected ownership. But qualifying has not happened right now at this moment. And during this video, I never really try to do it before, like with qualifying. I try to correctively predict what's going down. Sorry, that's my wife calling me. Un momento, por favor. Hey, I'm recording a show right now, and I'm talking to you on the show. I'm not gonna edit it out. How are you? I'm doing well. You want to say hi to everyone? This is my wife.
Oh, hi. What's up?
She was calling to tell me probably do I need to get something? She wants me to pick up cocktail weenies and barbecue sauce. That's a great combo, actually. It's my favorite. All right, well, I will pick that up when I'm done recording and talking to these Garage Fam amazing people that are ready to win money on NASCAR. But I will get cocktail weenies and barbecue sauce. It's good. All right, I love you. Goodbye. That was my wife. She's great. So I'm getting cocktail weenies and barbecue sauce for something. But that has nothing to do with your DFS lineups. So let's go ahead and dive in here. So as I was saying, I was doing a little bit of looking around, and I try to use those simulators for, to see where these projected ownerships are going to be. I don't have that information because qualifying has not happened as I'm recording, which it normally is that way. I like to try to predict who is going to do well. And so a lot of this show, and since we have made the change where we've went from it being more of a betting show, now Dale Center is carrying that along. I'm letting Dale kind of take the reins on the bets. That's his jam. If you want that, watch Dale Center. This is for DFS, and we need more people playing DFS because it is another avenue to make bank, and it is the original avenue that I started. Many might say NASCAR Daily Fantasy Sports is the electric avenue of making money on NASCAR, and we're going to rock on to Electric Avenue right now. So some salaries just to throw out to you. So top of the board, you have Denny Hamlin at 10,800. Not very surprising. He was the guy that was right there during the All-Star race that was ready to take that win from Ryan Blaney when all the chaos had went down. He pulled the net. So if you haven't watched the All-Star race or looked at a lot of data for that, that is a lot of what I'm basing my stuff for this race on, with just some extended, I guess, projected stuff that I've been able to put together. Mainly, I'm just thinking about what would have happened if they would have went a little bit longer. So I'm watching a lot of the times, the practice times. I'm looking at times they ran in the race, the lap averages there, and I'm just making some educated guesses, kind of spanning out a little bit longer to see how things would have shifted. Now, pit strategy is something that we can't figure out. You don't really know how that's going to shake out. That's something that is up in the air, just like a lot of things in NASCAR DFS. You don't know who's going to get in a wreck. You don't know what's going to happen. So that is why it's super important to diversify. You have to diversify. I like to play 20 plus lines. 20 lineups or more is the way to go. So I usually play a 20 stack on a Sunday. I love the chrome horn, the $4 chrome horn, and that's kind of what I'm basing some of these lines on today. I'm a GPP guy. I'm a gut boy. I'm not really big into cash games. I want to win a fuck ton of money. I'm not here to just, do. I like to go for the gold, and I feel like that's the way that you get the bag. So as I had said on an episode before, I'm not a shark. I'm a fisherman, and I'm fishing for a bag. And that's what I want to do. So that's why I do what I do. Okay. I'm not trying to get all strategic and strategize. I'm trying to say, this sumbitch is going to start here and go to the top. This guy's going to be in the top and stay in the top. This guy's going to lead a shit ton of laps and create the perfect combination. And with that, sometimes in life, you're going to get that F and you might break even. You might make a little bit of money. But hey, a day in the green is a good day for me. And that needs to be your motto in this racket. It's all about profit. As long as you're making some gains, that's all that counts. I don't care if you make $2. Okay, you're on a good track. You know how many people make lineups and they don't win shit? A lot. That don't happen to me. And if it don't happen to me and you watch this, that means it don't happen to you. So shout out to you for taking time. So back to the salaries. Denny Hamlin is on the top. You got Kyle Larson at 10-7 right behind him, and then Chase Elliott at 10-5. Out of those three guys, if we're basing everything off of the All-Star race, Denny Hamlin's the obvious choice. He had a lot of speed here, and he went fast. Now, do I think that some things will be different? Absolutely. Do I think that there's going to be as many tires just go to the 3 sheets to the win, like on this track? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm feeling a little bit different. One thing I will say is this. Kyle Busch and Martin Truex have had very shit luck. The Toyota has just been in a bad spot. And Denny Hamlin and Chris Bell have dodged a bullet for a minute now. Okay, I can't remember the last time that one of their cars exploded. Kyle and Truex, their car exploded at Darlington. If this is a JGR issue and an internal issue with the entire team, at any moment, this kind of shit can happen. So all I'm saying is I'm a little bit cautious when it comes to Denny this week, and I'm a little bit cautious when it comes to C. Bell this week. Now, Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr., that's where I'm feeling a little weird. So MTJ, no, but Kyle Busch at 10,000 flat is a guy that I feel like everyone is going to be off of him. No one wants shit to do with him because of how things have been. Now, you're going to have a lot of people in cash games that are probably going to diversify up and throw him in there. But for me, I think that Kyle Busch should do pretty well. Now, this all depends on where he qualifies, obviously. I'd like to feel like Kyle will qualify somewhere in the top 15, but not in the top 5. And if that is the case, I want Kyle Busch because I feel like the tide could turn this week. Problems have been there. And I mean, he hasn't won a race since Bristol Dirt. So when you look at Kyle, he had one of the fastest times at qualifying for the All-Star Open. He actually won it. I think it was a 28.554 is what I'm seeing here during qualifying. And then when you're looking at practice times, that's where it can be a little bit tricky. Maybe he wasn't the best, but hey, who gives a shit, right? I just have a strange feeling about Kyle Busch, and not to say that he's going to win the race, but saying that I do think that a top 5 finish is very possible for him. I think the tide could turn and things could change a little bit. Whereas everyone wants to ride with Denny because of statistics, I think that Kyle Busch could be the surprise factor this week. So with that, KFB at 10K is going to be a guy that I think we should have in our lineup. So that is our first guy, Kyle fucking Busch. That's his name. Next guy we're looking at as we keep going down this list. So after Kyle at 10K, we're going to start dipping down into the 9 to 7 range. And there's a lot of guys. There's a big chunk of hosses in this section. So it's Texas hosses. Shout out to T Hoss, ZZ Top Nose. I hope all of you listen to ZZ Top this weekend. Ryan Blaney is another very big name for this race. Ryan Blaney is in the playoff hunt. Ryan Blaney is somebody that really, truly needs this win. Ryan Blaney was also a guy that I bet on this week. And if you want to look at my bets They're on the Action Network. Click the link in the description under Chase, or go to my social media at Garage Guy Chase, and you'll find the links to my Action Network. So make sure you do that. Ryan Blaney is another guy that I want, and he is going to be somebody I write up here. It's just a no-brainer. I can't not have Ryan Blaney in lineups this week. So he is going to be one of the top of the board guys. So Ryan B. And Ryan Blaney is not far away from the same price of Kyle Busch. He's going to be 9.6K on DraftKings. 9.6K on DraftKings. There he is, Ryan Blaney. Why do we like Ryan Blaney? Penske was fucking fast. And there's a lot of people that are talking about Austin Cindric, and they're talking about Joey Logano. I do genuinely think Ryan Blaney is, at this point, he's made it this far into the playoffs, so the round of 12. And if you listen to the Garage Guys NASCAR podcast, you heard me and Dale talk about Ryan and how Dale feels about Ryan. And I'm beginning to kind of feel that way. It's almost like no matter what happens, Ryan and his team are finding a way to keep him into the playoff realm. So you almost want to believe that the universe has this man's back, and that we are seeing a line of events happen to where they may not be pleasing to the eye, like with a win or a top 3 finish or whatever, but something is keeping him glued in there. And, at Bristol, it was his team. They found a way to keep him in the hunt, and a lot of factors played in to where he remained and he stayed. And I mean, he's looking pretty good right now. And this is a track that we know he can win at. So I would keep that in mind with Penske being high on the board. And you may want to look at some of these other Penske guys, and who knows? In my article, I may write about another one. But right now, Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney are two guys. They perform well at the All-Star race, and I feel like they're going to perform well at the Autotrader 500 at Texas Motor Speedway this week. So let's dig around a little bit more here. There are some guys that are down in the 9,000 range that I do like. That'll be some more guys that I probably write about. I won't mention them on this show, but I want to give you guys some true pivots to play that I feel like a lot of people will be off on and they won't have anything to do with this week. Keep in mind that this track, if we want to go off of purely statistics, there's no need for me to sit here and talk about this because you can Google it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to maybe give you a good mixture because I like the mixtures. So there was your statistical shit right there that I like to play off of. Now it's time for gut boy picks. So the last two DFS plays I'm going to give you are going to be some gut boys, some guys that I feel like are going to show up and show out, and no one's going to see it coming. Right now, lately, Eric Amarola had a pole at Bristol, and no one saw that shit coming. I think the odds for him to hit that pole were insane, and it was like plus 5,000 or more. It had to have been. All right. Something's clicking. He decided he's not wanting to retire, and I do feel like this can be a track that we could see Eric Amarola do very well at. Eric Amarola is 7,200 on DraftKings. I don't think he's going to qualify that great. I think that we will see him somewhere between 10 and 20. Therefore, I do think that he has high potential for a top 10, and I think the ownership could be low on Eric. So these Fords, I don't know what it is about them. Some people might want to say, hey, go in this direction, and get Kevin Harvick. He's a god at Texas. He has been a god, but the next gen car has basically been Satan for him. And so it's like, I'm going to keep you away from God. And Rodney Childers is trying to talk to him, but he only talks sometimes. So he did get to talk to him twice this year. So that was good. So shout out to that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, you probably don't follow Garage Guys content very often. But for those that do, I love you, and you already know what's up. So with Eric Amarola being somebody that's kind of in my sights as a gut boy, it's churning. The Eric Amarola energy is churning inside of me, and Eric Amarola is 7,200 this week on DraftKings. So let's go ahead and write that in. We're going to call him AA, not Alcoholics Anonymous, like I went to one time. AA Eric Amarola. 7.2K. Eric Amarola, 7.2K. He's on the board. Eric's on the board. Shout out to Eric. We got him on the board. He's a gut boy this week, and we're all in on gut boys. So far, again, the line reads Kyle fucking Busch, 10K. Ryan Blaney, 9.6K. Eric Amarola, or AA for short, 7.2K. Who knows? Some of you might need an AA meeting after winning millions of fucking dollars from starting Eric Amarola in your lineups. Don't become an alcoholic. Moving on from that, one more play I got to give y'all, and this is where I like to dig to the bottom of the barrel. I've got to dig to the bottom of the barrel. We always got to have a bottom barrel boy, okay? And that is spelled this way. It's bottom barrel boy with an I. B-O-I. Bottom barrel boy. I'm going to draw a little arrow pointing to the bottom barrel boy. That's going to be written in right there above this beautiful Cody Barber 21 sticker. I'm going to a dirt race later tonight. It's going to be great. And this guy right here is probably going to win. He's that good. Shout out to him and the shop that I'm in. I'm literally in a race shop. My bottom barrel boy this week, this is somebody I came out of just the woodworks with. I don't know why I feel the way I feel, but I do. And I never thought in a million years that I would be betting a top 10 on this guy this year, but I am. The odds were just too nice to pass up. His name is Cole Custer. That's right, Cole Custer. And he is 6.2, I believe. Yeah, 6.2K. So Cole Custer at 6.2K on DK on DraftKings. Why Cole Custer, Chase? I can go sit here and try to dig up some stats. I can go look around. I don't see his name anywhere. He doesn't really have anything to prove that he's that great here, I guess, other than open qualifying results. He qualified 10th. And this was during the open qualifying too. So that means he qualified like 20th, probably, or maybe less. I don't know. His time that he had during that qualifying session was a 29.226, where Tyler Reddick ran a 28.800. And then if you go to big boy qualifying, and qualifying is just like a single lap. I get it. It's not practice, not lap averages. So keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. If I'm looking at those kind of results and those averages, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe not the best, maybe not going to be the greatest guy here. So you don't really know. So I thought I had practice results up, but apparently I don't. Here we go. Open practice results. Let's see how he did in that practice. Looking at the sheet, he had let's see, fastest laps. I don't have any averages on here, which sucks. Thanks for sticking around. The 29.456 was the time, I guess maybe the best time that he had. So I just imagine this race is going to be kind of lackluster, in terms of a better word. And I do feel like if you have a decent strategy, you can find a way. And it just seems like a race that Cole Custer would finish in the top 10. I'm not going to keep trying to explain it to you. It's a gut boy pick. It comes from here. From here. I don't need to tell you anything else. You either believe it or you don't, and it's your choice. I don't hold anybody accountable. I will just straight up tell you, like, well, you should have done better. But I'm not going to tell you that because you are going to do well, and I believe in you. So this has been a DFS show. Shout out to my wife for calling in the middle of it, and shout out to you for watching it. Here are the plays. There will be more plays on GarageGuysFantasySports.com that I will have actual data from after practice and qualifying for Cup. So stick around for that shit. But anyway, Kyle fucking Busch, 10K on DraftKings. Ryan Blaney, 9.6K on DraftKings. Eric Amarola, 7.2K on DraftKings, and Cole Custer, 6.2K on DraftKings, and Cole Custer being the bottom barrel boy. Go make lineups. Read the article. Let's make some cash. Garage Guy Chase. I'm out. Peace. Admire Tim Richmond Scott.